Now, your first Alert 5 weather.
We're starting off in Denver this afternoon as we're looking at some isolated strong thunderstorms. This one is severe here for Adams County. Another one developing here in the southeastern corner near Centennial, and also another one moving from Jefferson into Douglas County. But the area that you see here shaded in pink, this is a severe thunderstorm watch until 9 p.m. this evening. But you notice down here towards Monument, we're looking at that's where it ends. Regardless, we're starting to see a little bit of cell development here in eastern El Paso County, right on the edge of that. I don't expect those to go severe, but nevertheless, we still have energy moving through the area. The rest of southern Colorado is clear and quiet at the moment. However, flood watch is in effect for the next couple of days for these counties highlighted in green. That includes Alamosa, Mineral, Rio Grande, as well as Saguache counties. Those were the cities. So now, as far as what that means is, over the next couple of days, we're expecting a lot of snow melt, and some of those rivers and streams will be swelling in size. So just be aware over the next few days as we start to warm up the temperatures for the mountains. Here, though, we're going to cool things down a little bit. Tale of two different locations. A couple of those nice cumulus clouds billowing in the background. Current temperature is 84 here in the Springs, 91 roasting down there in Pueblo with southeast winds at 7 miles an hour. And look at that. Speaking of roasting, 97 for La Junta. You guys are baking out there in the Eastern Plains with Lamar at 96. 80s for the Springs, 91 for Trinidad, 74 for Westcliff, and 70s for Saguache. Oh, almost dropped my remote control there at this hour. So satellite and radar, you can see a lot of the activity here for southern Colorado is in the clear. However, up towards the north, this is where the cold front lies, and it's not hard to delineate on the map here where we have all of the rain showers anywhere from Winnipeg, Canada, streaming down into Colorado at this hour. But what's also unique here is notice the shape that this makes. It's a U shape, and it goes all the way down into the northern Rockies here. This is all part of the jet stream on the water vapor loop. You can see here where the jet stream comes all the way down into Nevada, the northern Rockies, and then pulls back up. So ahead of it, we get the strong thunderstorms, but behind it, this is where it digs into Canada and brings down some of that cold air for us. And just check out some of these high temperatures. They're still coming in at this hour, but 85 for Kearney, Nebraska, Billings, Montana, 53. So you can see a strong 30-degree contrast in temperatures. That's what we're going to experience by the time we get to tomorrow around 4 p.m. So the forecast for tonight, this cold front will continue to push on through. The majority of the activity will stay to the north, Nebraska and Kansas. We're going to be left with overnight cloudy skies. I think we're going to see some sun tomorrow afternoon, but strong north winds behind this are really going to cool down our temperatures and our thermometers to highs only in the 50s and 60s on the eastern plains for tomorrow. In fact, if you want to get warm temperatures, you're actually going to have to go to the higher elevations. Now, for tonight and during the overnight hours, again, there's where the stronger storms are north of the viewing area. That's where we're going to keep the majority of the activity as we go towards 9, 10, 11 o'clock. However, right here on the northern El Paso County border towards Douglas, this is where we might see a little bit of development 10, 11, 12 o'clock. The front will continue to push on through. As it does so, those winds will start to push all that moisture. We'll get an upslope effect. Mostly cloudy to start tomorrow. And then look at this down towards Los Animas and Baca counties, even La Junta, where we could see some widespread light rain showers tomorrow, but also mostly cloudy conditions. I think by the afternoon we'll start to see more easterly flow, and that'll provide a mix of sun and clouds for many of us along the I-25 corridor, but again, cooler conditions. And yes, windy, because as this front continues to push through tonight, look at this. Anywhere you see a shade of green, that's 30 to 45 mile an hour wind gusts. So they're going to be sustained around 15 to 30 during the overnight period, pushing all this moisture down south up against the Raton Mesa. That'll help to elevate it and create cloud cover. But then by tomorrow afternoon, it pushes up against the front range, and that's when we start to see more of an upslope effect for us on the I-25 corridor. So for the highs tomorrow, nothing like what we saw today for sure. 54 in Monument, 53 for Black Forest. We start to get to the 60s here in the Pikes Peak region with 62 in the Springs, Security 62 as well as Fort Carson. And then for down south in Pueblo, highs in the mid 60s for you guys with 65 in Penrose, 67 in Kansas City. You start to get a little warmer by the time you head towards the higher elevations. Even the San Luis Valley and Alamosa will tap off at 70 tomorrow afternoon, but 50s and 60s on the eastern plains. Not something we're used to for this time of the year, but at the same time, not unheard of. Not to worry though, if you miss the warmer temperatures, they'll slowly return over the next several days as we start to stair step our way up. 62 on Sunday, 71 on Monday, 78 on Tuesday, And we have a few little disturbances coming on through that'll kind of increase the chances for a slight shower or thunderstorm each day of the week. They're not strong at this point, but the bigger story here is that we're actually going to increase the stability in the atmosphere. So that trough that's in the north from Canada bringing that cooler air, that's going to push off to the east and actually develop a ridge behind it. So we'll start to cook things up here by the time we get to the end of the week. Look at Thursday and Friday for Canyon City. Temperatures in the mid to maybe even upper 80s by the time we hit next weekend. At Woodland Park, looking at a temperature of 71 for Friday, but tomorrow 52 and chilly afternoon temperatures. All right, quick